All right, so Juma, you were making a point a while ago about graduates and how that some have even been out of school longer than 10 years.
Oh
and
yes,
there's no job.
oh yes, a lot of individuals who are actually frustrated, who have decided that you'll be shocked. A lot who have done professional courses and they've tilted into something else because that's the only thing that can put food on their table. Now it's not what you've read now, it's what you can have at that point to feed and to take care of your responsibilities. It's very important that is the norm of the day now. Many graduates are in that boat of that young man, of course the clip with Ogo and all of that. And it's just unfortunate that there are no jobs, unemployment looming everywhere, and we need jobs. Graduates need to be employed. Very important, because a lot of, like from the comments, is very sad. A lot of parents sold properties. Some did a lot just to send this child to school, knowing that at the end of the day they will have something in return. That child will be able to take care of their needs and the needs of their siblings. But unfortunately, that's not what it is, and that's why we have a lot of people being desperate. They say desperate times comes for desperate measures comes for desperate times. One of them.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Yeah.
And that's what we see now.
And again, the question is, to what extent can one be desperate?
Exactly, but at the same time, a lot and unemployment is looming, and a lot of graduates out there are unemployed and they are unhappy. So if you have a job, be grateful and know that. And even when you're unemployed, you're underpaid. Can't even do one or two things, and it's just unfortunate. But all the same, hope things get better. I still believe that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. At the end of the tunnel, for me, that's my slogan.
We have to keep optimism alive, really, because that's what we have, and hope too. My mom would say, when there is hope, there is life, there is hope, right? And hope is, at some point, the very filmy threads that we just hang on, but we've got to hang in there all the same. We understand we're being joined by our guest now. Once he joins, we'll connect to him and get him up. But just to give you some heads up as to what's the conversation, the first conversation that is this morning, we're looking at the judicial intervention in electoral processes. Just recently, we were again reminded that, the judiciary has no business interfering, as it were, with issues within the political party. But as it stands today, that's not the reality we're dealing with. While we're waiting for our guests, we thought we should give you that, heads up. We're taking a break. When we return, we'll put the first conversation on the road for you. Do stay with us. Up with Global Morning, your daily guide to what's happening and making the rounds.
We delve into headlines, newspaper reviews, spot-on analysis, policies, current events, real talk, real issues that affect us all.
From the latest trends to the debates, every topic, every angle, Global Morning is where it all starts.
Global Morning,
For the latest issues,
always on point.
Watch Global Morning Monday to Friday at 7 a.m. Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. on Global Television.
In an age of breaking news, you need a trusted source that prioritizes accurate, factual, and unbiased reporting. This is AM News, and I am Ubong Usoro.
On Global Television, our news is rooted in verified and authoritative storytelling that keeps you educated, informed, and enlightened on all the issues that matter to you. I am Sadia Yakubu. This is Midday News.
You can trust our multi-platform news broadcast real-time and fast-check stories for all the big local and foreign headlines round the clock. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. This is News Express.
Our array of anchors delivers the news to our teeming viewers, breaking it down with context and perspective. This is News Cycle on Global Television. I am Anieti Patrick.
And the flagship news is your hub for the day's most engaging stories. This is News Prime, and I am Jumai Manson.
Did you miss any of our news rounds? No worries. Catch up at 10 p.m. and midnight, 7 days of the week. I am Mukhtar Kasim.
Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. We're active across all social media platforms at Global TV NG.
Global TV News, accurate and unbiased. I'm Uyi Agmofwebe. Up with Global Morning, your daily guide to what's happening and making the rounds.
We delve into headlines, newspaper reviews, spot-on analysis, policies, current events, real talk, real issues that affect us all.
From the latest trends to the debate, every topic, every angle, Global Morning is where it all starts.
Global Morning,
For the latest issues,
always on point.
Watch Global Morning Monday to Friday at 7 a.m. Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. on Global Television.
Well, thank you for staying with us. We apologize for that technical glitch right there. It's all in an effort to connect with our first guest this morning, who will be joining us virtually from Lagos. So we can talk about the intervention of the judiciary in Nigeria's democracy. Joe, it's very concerning when you look at the way elections turn out in Nigeria. One would have expected that for every election, was INEC announces a winner, that puts closure or that puts paid to it. But that has hardly been the case.
No,
in most instances, we still have to go to courts, and you see how much we spend, the humongous resources we have to put in by way of tribunal, appeal, in the case of the presidency, up to the Supreme Courts. This is not funny. These are monies we can put into other very viable ventures like health, like education, like infrastructure, things like that. But that has not been our reality. It's even the reason you now realize that we keep talking about off-cycle elections.
Exactly.
Places like Edo, Ondo, Ekiti, Osun. And by the way, Ekiti and Osun have their elections this year.
Yes, they do.
You go to Anambra, you have off-cycle as well. You go to Kogi, you come to Imo, and Bayelsa, the same thing, because of judicial intervention. And many people say it's because politicians, for the most part, just won't behave themselves.
And they will never accept defeat. That's the thing.
No sportsmanship.
No sportsmanship. No, may the best man win, and I'll take it with a bold chest and I'll move on. And that is why there's so much judicial intervention, and no one wants to stand down. And it has always been like that. And that's why there has been a very huge lacuna when it comes to these issues, because a lot of politicians will always want to appeal when it comes to judgments that are given, because they feel it was unjust, it wasn't, they felt that maybe it was rigged and all of that. So that's why we have all of these issues on ground, which is really unfortunate, by the way. And, I like the fact that former President Goodluck Jonathan was an exemplary individual that you can look up to. He accepted defeat and said, okay, no amounts of blood or no Nigeria. There was a way he put it. I'm trying to remember. It is not worth.
That's his ambition was not worth the blood.
Exactly, Nigeria.
And the man stayed through to that principle.
Exactly.
For him, it was a creed.
It was, yes, it was. It was, and that's an example right there. Internationally, he was used as an example. He didn't need to appeal the results of the presidency at that point. Of course, late President Muhammadu Buhari emerged as winner. But at the same time, that's an example.
And he called to congratulate him before
he did.
the official announcement.
Yes, because the vote said it all, and he knew that. Well, it's better, and of course,
let's end it quickly.
Let's end it quickly. No drama, no issue. It's just for the good. If this is what Nigerians want, I am willing to follow suit. And everyone has cast their vote, and that is what they want. So he didn't need to appeal. He didn't need to go judiciary. He didn't need to do all of that issues, all those interventions and all. He just took it with good sportsmanship and he moved on. I think that's an example for many Nigerians to follow, especially those who are in the political space. And of course, you know all of these things, how it happens. No one wants to stand down. People they feel they've been treated unjustly or issues, and that's why a lot of people love to go judiciary. No one wants to accept defeat, and it's just unfortunate.
Quite unfortunate it is, but we hope we come to a point where we can again build trust in the system enough. Because another element you won't want to take your eye off of is the angle of INEC, right? The question is, has INEC been above board? Has INEC been, if you like, fair, transparent in its own operations, in its own conduct, in the way it midwives elections in this country? If INEC is trusted enough, would we have need to turn to the judiciary? Well,
exactly.
We'll find answers to these questions after this break. Stay with us. Wake up with Global Morning, your daily guide to what's happening and making the rounds.
We delve into headlines, newspaper reviews, spot-on analysis, policies, current events, real talk, real issues that affect us all.
From the latest trends to the debate, every topic, every angle, Global Morning is where it all starts.
Global Morning,
For the latest issues,
always on point.
Watch Global Morning Monday to Friday at 7 a.m., Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. on Global Television.
Hello everyone. As we step into the current weather landscape here in the Federal Capital Territory and its surrounding, we are greeted by a pleasantly chilly atmosphere. This refreshing change is a direct result of the recent thunderstorms and rainfall that swept through our central states, helping to moderate temperatures significantly across the region. So looking ahead to Monday, we are in for a treat. Expect a serene day characterized by cloudy skies with delightful bursts of sunshine. However, our friends in the western parts of the central region, with states like Kaduna, Kebbi, Zamfara, Taraba, and Adamawa, should be prepared for morning thunderstorms that could bring light to moderate rains. Coastal areas like Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, some parts of Oyo, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River won't be left out, as they might also experience similar weather patterns. As the day unfolds, thunderstorms are anticipated to develop across many areas within the region. So stay tuned and ready for what's ahead. And that wraps up today's weather. Join us again.
In an age of breaking news, you need a trusted source that prioritizes accurate, factual, and unbiased reporting. This is AM News, and I am Ubong Osoro.
On Global Television, our news is rooted in verified and authoritative storytelling that keeps you educated, informed, and enlightened on all the issues that matter to you. I am Sadia Yakubu. This is Midday News.
You can trust a multi-platform news broadcast, real-time and fast-check stories for all the big local and foreign headlines round the clock. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. This is News Express.
Our array of anchors delivers the news to our teeming viewers, breaking it down with context and perspective. This is News Cycle on Global Television. I am Anieti Patrick.
And the flagship news is your hub for the day's most engaging stories. This is News Prime, and I am Jumai Manson.
Did you miss any of our news rounds? No worries. Catch up at 10 p.m. and midnight, 7 days of the week. I am Mukhtar Kasim.
Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. We're active across all social media platforms at Global TV NG.
Global TV News, accurate and unbiased. I'm Uyi Agmofwebe. As it stands today, we can say the APC has accomplished what's in the political space can be best referred to as a landmark, given the series of primaries the party has conducted the last couple of days. But yesterday was the climax with President Bola Tinubu clenching the presidential ticket of the party, paving the way clearly for him to stand for re-election in 2027. But then the question again will be, by what metrics was the president able to rake in upwards of 10 million votes, and what are his chances beyond just now holding the presidential tickets of the ruling party? This morning we're joined by one of his friends and staunch supporters, Chief Chibuna Ubawike, who is a chieftain of the ruling APC. Chief, it's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Great. I'm sure you're not surprised when I call you the president. Because I get to meet a man who defends him more than you do.
Thank you.
And my shock is that you're not in the cabinet.
I believe in his political ideology and philosophy. So,
right.
And I showcase it. And what he's doing is what he is known to be done. He has been doing it over time. And there's no need for me not to keep on supporting him.
Juma and I want to look at those issues with you the next couple of minutes. Yesterday, like you mentioned now, the ideology of the president was also the basis on which he discussed some of the issues that he would want to continue to address if re-elected in 2027, right? Now, he's gotten the party's ticket. I'm sure for the most part, the APC members, top to bottom, are comfortable with that. They are okay. In fact, they commend the president and they would like to support him. But not... We can't say the same story, the same of the other contests regarding the primaries. Now we're hearing of division, we're hearing discordant tune within your party. In fact, there have been one or two persons we invited from the APC who said they can't come on the program until after the election. So I'm saying, look, we can't even come because the party has not been fair to us. Who are the legacy members as against those who joined in the manner I was speaking just yesterday morning? What are your reactions?
Yeah, I too am a founding member of the party.
Right.
I'm a founding member of our party, the All Progressives Congress. We are comfortable with our president. And we believe in what he's doing and what he has done so far for Nigeria and Nigerians, and want him to continue to consolidate on what he has done so that Nigerians will begin to enjoy the gains and the dividends of his true governance. But some of our governors, the same thing cannot be said about them. The way they connive with our party national chairman to handle the primaries, that has elicited so much rancor, so much bad blood and bitterness across the nation, is nothing to be written home about. And we, the founding members of the party, we are complaining bitterly and talking to Mr. President, our president, to look into this matter. If they are allowed to go the way they are going, they will destroy our party. We don't want the party we have labored to build over the years to be destroyed by the selfish interests of a few. There is bitterness amongst our party members all over the country. The way some of the governors and the party national chairman connive to conduct the primaries for the National Assembly and for the state assemblies and the governorship elections. It is not palatable at all.
I know Juma wants to jump in real quick.
Yeah, it's still in line with
his response.
To your response. Now, looking at these internal divisions, do you think it's becoming more visible ahead of the 2027 general election?
Well, I will not say it's internal division. The problem is caused by our party national chairman and some of our governors.
In connivance?
Yes, in connivance with some of our governors. I believe Mr. President will rein them in to correct this anomaly so that we'll go into the election, in unison. If nothing is done before the election proper, it will not tell well. Yes, Mr. President is going to win, but what of the members of the National Assembly? Those candidates that we are thrown up by these questionable primaries, especially where there is outright, imposition by the governors and condoned by the chairman, by the way he handled the primaries. So Mr. President should do something very urgent to rein them in, to correct this anomaly before we go into the election proper.
I have two questions to bunch into one. First of all, you've talked about your national chairman, Professor Iwada, in passing on multiple occasions. Does this alleged involvement in this indicates leadership gap in APC? That's number one. Number two is, can we attribute this anomaly that you have mentioned to the influx of governors from other parties into yours?
Yes, both. One, from the way our national chairman has handled this matter, beginning from the congresses to the convention and now the primaries, raises a lot of question about his administrative acumen and managerial capability, especially in handling a behemoth like APC, the political party. Now, arrangements from when our party was formed, arrangements have been, each leader of the chairman of the party toes a particular line that is in tune with the administration of political parties. For instance, when you are to go in for congresses, you set up committees to handle those assignments. The question is, how has this present party chairman done it? You choose well-experienced, capable, competent, well-read people with political clout and value who are loyal party members. You choose them as those that will be members of the committee so that they will deliver appropriately. You don't just bring in, maybe he's my friend, he's done, and you bring them and use them to populate the committee. From the Congresses committee, there have been uproar. My party has over 10,000 support groups and still counting. And these support groups are people with the aforementioned, those with value, those with character, those that are well-read, are experienced in party management and affairs. You will leave them behind, you will not choose from amongst them. You will now go and pick your friends and cronies. In his state, I'm not against anybody from his state, but picking majority of the member from your state to be in all the committees is an anomaly. People raise eyebrows. Many loyal party members cried and complained bitterly. He did not correct it. He came to the convention, members of the convention, committees of the convention, the same thing played out. Now, coming to the primaries, our party has had a standard that few days to the primaries, you publish the list of those that will go for the assignment. Mr. Chairman did not do this. Why? Because he has a skeleton in his cupboard. He has something to hide. If you do not have something to hide, you will publish the list. People will know who and who we are, appointed into those committees and which areas are they going to serve. Instead, the people we are called on phone individually, you proceed on assignment, this, that. That is, antithetical to the way the political parties are run. And why he did this? Because those are lists may be submitted to him by the governors. They wanted so and so people to be the ones to come and conduct the primaries in their states, so that it will be a fait accompli. The result will be a fait accompli. It is improper. So what has happened now has generated a lot of furore amongst the royal party members that are people in support groups all over Nigeria. They are the ones that canvass for those that mobilize. You shove them aside. And we're going into a national election. Who will go to canvass? Is it when you mind the podium after shouting you go? Who will be the people to go to the grassroots to talk to them to vote for our party and their candidates? Is it the governors? Throw your money, the electors will collect your money. But when they go to the polling booth, they will get at something else. But the people that will mind the people from polling booth to polling booth canvassing for votes, you show them aside. You don't give them party assignments, nothing at all. No other system, and then you connive with the governor to deny tickets to those that we know will win elections, who are capable of winning elections, because they are not in the good books of the governors, some of the governors. There is serious bitterness amongst our party members as I'm talking to you, against the national chairman and against some of the governors that want to destroy our party. It appears they are not interested in seeing our party win this general election. But God in his infiniteness and wisdom will ensure that Mr. President wins his election. Then let us look at the National Assembly elections. The people that the candidates that were thrown up. There is going to be a high turnover of new persons coming to the National Assembly. There is nothing bad about it. The people that have been there that are experienced, except if they did not perform, dispensing good governance to their constituents, so they will not have a reason to come back. But those that we know that are performed, that are done so much well, why denying them tickets? Now, we set up a primary election committee and set up primary election appeal committee. For the National Assembly, the primary screening committee, the screening committee and screening appeal committee. The screening committee finished their job on the 13th or thereabout. Then the primary was shifted to the 16th. As at that 16th, the list of those cleared to contest for the election has not come out. Does he show good management capability? No is the answer. Prior to this time, during the time of His Excellency John Odigoyibu, it was not like this. The time of His Excellency Dada Soshomole, it was not like this. The time of His Excellency Mai Malabuni, it was not like this. The time of His Excellency Senator Abdullah Adamu, it was not like this. The immediate past national chairman Abdullah Adamu, it was not like this. The screening committee will release the report of their screening, and anybody that did not do will not exercise the right of appeal. The appeal committee will handle the matter if the person, there are reasons for the person to be cleared or not, and then before they go into the primaries proper. Now the list was not released of those that were cleared. On the day of the election has started, the primaries have started, before we now begin to see snipers of in the media, a list that were released, cleared, not cleared. That is improper. It has never happened in the history of my party. Now, the one there, that one is gone. Again, how would you feel the people that emerged were those that the governors wrote their names? Mr. President gave an instruction in line with the Electoral Act, right, and the guidelines of our party. Where consensus fails, you go for direct primaries. What did the Electoral Act say about consensus? It's in section 87(1) of the Electoral Act 2026. It says, for there to be consensus, all the aspirants will write that they are stepping down for aspirant A or B and sign. And it will be accepted as consensus. But was it what we saw in many of the states? It was the position of governors. They will tell you to step down. You say you are not stepping down. Some of the governors will say, I don't have money to conduct direct primaries. There was a case in Taraba State in one federal constituency in Gashaka Kumi Sadauna federal constituency. There was an aspirant there in 2002 by name Honorable John Toby. In 2002, he was prevailed upon to step down. He invited to be the local government chairman of Kumi local government. He stepped down. In 2023, he wanted to go to House of Assembly. He was prevailed to step down. He stepped down in obedience as a royal party man. Now again, he aspired to go to represent his federal constituency, Kumi Gashaka Sadauna federal constituency. He was asked to step down. He said, no, I've been stepping down. And the person the governor wants to put is someone that is serving in the House of Assembly. The governor defected with him from the PDP to our party. And this Honorable John Toby has been a member of our party. He said, no. The governor governor said he doesn't have money to conduct direct primaries. The electoral act says where there is dissent, it is no longer consensus.
Right.
Conduct direct primaries. Let us test our popularity. If I fail, so be it. If I win, good.
The level playing field.
It's a level playing field. But that was not what we saw. Even in Plateau State now, in Jos North, there is serious problem because Mr. Chapman is trying to impose his own candidate. And the governor is saying no.
In his home state.
In his home state. So a lot. Look at Nasarawa State. In the first president governorship primaries, was it the will of the people and the party leaders? Everybody is complaining. I could see my leader, His Excellency, the Civil Senator, Tanko Makura, complaining bitterly that this was not the ideal that our party is known for. This wasn't what we bargained for. Why will they come to want to destroy the house we have labored to build over the years? The list is on and on and on. Many of the states, except Lagos, except Rivers, except Akwa Ibom, you don't see the rank up because they handle their own maturely. In many of other states like this, is it the way we are going to go into election? Yes, my party is going to, they have internal dispute resolution mechanism to resolve issues. But the thing is, you set up a conciliation committee, someone that has been unfairly and unjustly treated, right? You are telling, okay, don't worry, please just accept it as. Even if the person tells you, okay, I have accepted, deep within him, do you think he has accepted? And these people have their followers. If you go to my state, some things happen like that as well. So our party, it appears, our chairman and some of our governors do not want our party to win this election by the way they have handled these primaries.
Now, what all that you have said now with all of these disputes, rancor and all of that ongoing in the APC as we speak, what measures do you think the APC leaders can adopt to bring back that unity, that peace and love in the party?
Mr. President needs to intervene. And then our party national chairman, he has shown a lack of capacity to manage our party. So if Mr. President wants us to win this election, his own is fait accompli. It's going to be tough, but it's a fait accompli, he will win. But the other election, because if we do not have majority in the National Assembly, they will give Mr. President trouble. They will give him trouble. Now let me finish this one before coming to your question.
Okay.
Most of the people that defected to our party did not defect to our party. I've said it time and again. Did not defect because they love our party and Mr. President. They defected because they saw our party as the only credible vehicle that will transport them to their political destination. The only vehicle they use to realize their political destination. Their motive was selfish. Selfish! Okay. They defected for self-political preservation, not because they love our party. And we have seen it play out. You came into a house that was already built. People were living in it. Then you came and you want to displace everybody living there and put in the people you came in with. Will it work well? It can never work well. That is what we are seeing. There should have been a harmonious, arrangement. Take 60%, we take 40%. If we cannot take 50-50, so that we in unison will work together. So, Mr. President should intervene. A lot has gone wrong, starting with our party national chairman and his governors. Call them, bring them in. If there are other people that should go, let them go. How do you expect? Okay, some of the governors claim to, love Mr. President, they support him, but they do not believe in his political ideology and philosophy. The Supreme Court gave a judgment that local governments should be allowed fiscal autonomy. How many of those governors have allowed their local government to, receive their data allocation from the FAC? How many of them? And these are people also jostling to go to the Senate. What kind of law are they going to make in the Senate? No, they cannot obey Supreme Court judgment to allow local governments to operate and breathe. What kind of system are they building? Asiwaju on his own, when he finished his term as governor of Lagos State in 2007, he did not go to any Senate. He stayed back, he built people. Why couldn't these governors that mouth that they support Asiwaju, they believe in Asiwaju and believe in Mr. President, why can't they stay back and build people? People that have potential, that are competent, they are capable, that can deliver, that have value to add to governance. Does it mean there is a dearth of such people in their states or their zones? Why they rush to the National Assembly, to the Senate? Name the simple, common Supreme Court judgment. Allow local governments to run on their own. Allow them to have their finances so that they will bring the development down to the grassroots. You hold them down. You are strangulating them. You take all their monies and you are mounting your support as you. Mr. President should look at these governors. Something should be done now before we go into the election proper, especially those that are members of our party. They are not doing our party well.
You know, before now, we've talked about what some people call possible, others say imminent implosion in your party. You have always stood against that, and you're giving your reasons. But as it stands today, when you look over your shoulder, I mean, as I said, with the benefit of hindsight, are you not concerned that is probably where the party is heading, if nothing is done quickly?
Let me, before I answer that question, let me now talk again. The Federal High Court, on the 20th of this month, Justice M.G.Oma gave a judgment.
Right.
Modifying some of my next timeline or whatever. And this has given the kind of latitude to some of our party members who unjustly denied ticket to the camp. Imagine they begin to the camp until maybe that judgment is appealed to the Court of Appeal and it is set aside or Supreme Court. That is the judgment, that is the law now. So imagine some of our party members that unjustly deny tickets, now they come to other parties to run for their elections. How will our candidate face them in the field? And maybe these are people that command followership, life followership in their constituencies. What happens? So are the governors, are they doing us well? Is our party chairman doing us well? Let Mr. President step in. Yes, I told you that internal implosion, yes, in any human society, especially political parties, where interests clash, there are bound to be disagreements. But our party has internal dispute resolution mechanism to tackle this. That's why I'm calling on Mr. President to please, as you are a Democrat, a true Democrat, and you have seen how Nigerians love, especially members of our party. Over 12 million members of our party, out of over 12 million, 11.something million voted, and 10.99 million voted for you to give you a ticket. Please, sir, Your Excellency, intervene in this matter to save our party. Because our party chairman and some of our governors do not mean well for our party. They want to destroy the house you've labored to build, the house most of us have labored to build. Please intervene to save our party from their stranglehold. They are only pursuing their selfish interest, their selfish political preservation, not in the interest of the party, not in the interest of your re-election, not in the interest of Nigerians.
As it stands today, Juma is itching to ask another question. I'm just curious, Chief. Is it possible that you have many members of the party who are sounding like you, who feel like you about these issues, or you are just a lone voice?
Millions of members of our party, if I open my phone and show you, you will shudder. I am a leader of one of them, the most credible support groups. You have in one of these, let me give you sound it this way. Over 10,000 support groups of our party. I am a founding member of the party. I am a stakeholder in the party. And I am a leader of one of the former support groups. And again, one of the most credible support groups we have, let me put in the umbrella, the Tinubu support group has over 7,000 support groups under it. Everybody is, and we contain millions of voters. Everybody is complaining bitterly. Members of our party, some people are even taking their protest to the party headquarters. We have tried to speak to them, don't do that. Those are people who will not laugh at us. Some have gone to the party headquarters to protest. Millions of members of our party are angry and bitter at the way our national chairman and some of the governors are handling our party, especially in these primaries, that we are going into an election. They want us to lose. They are in discontent. And most of the aspirants, many of them that were unjustly denied tickets, are bitter and angry as well.
Talking about your party national chairman, do you think he's being biased and unjust, or he's just working towards the betterment of the party by tilting in this direction? No.
You can't work for the betterment of the party and work against your own directive, your own, you said what Mr. President said, you re-echoed it. Where consensus failed, direct primary should go. Now, is to allow the direct primary where consensus, not intimidation, not imposition, and not where governors have written lists, and then when you say you go for direct primary, you don't list that I match. There is a case I wouldn't want to mention that even the person was not around, and they said he was voted. Do you get me? He was not there, nothing, and it was alleged the person did not even purchase from. But we know how they do that, such things. Maybe they must have procured from, something of that nature. But the person wasn't there, and the person was declared as winner, and the consequences are complaining. So the thing is this: your own rule, you don't violate your own rule, your own procedure. Where consensus fails, it should be direct primaries. And direct primaries must be conducted according to the law. So that if any aspirant loses out, he lost out fair and square. not imposition or intimidation, or you manipulate the system to favor, an already unexpected end. No.
Is your party going to get to a point, very soon, where we begin to hear calls for the resignation or sack of the current national chairman?
If it gets to that would be very good. We need someone competent. I've mentioned others, successive chairmen that have, handled our party. I give you a particular instance. Yes. People going for political assignments, you publish their name days before the assignment. For transparency. Yes. Why did you refuse to publish their name? Why are you, at times the people have gone, you call them, they've gone. Then the day of the primary, you now release the list. Whom are you fooling? Because there are things on the hand you don't want anybody to know. So people are calling for his resignation. I said, people have taken the protest to the national headquarters. We are talking to our members to calm down. Let us not destroy the house we have labored to build. Mr. President should please step in to resolve this matter.
It is largely believed, Chief, and you are obviously not naive about this. You are a very sagacious politician, that governors are so powerful that they can influence almost anybody, including the national chairman of a political party. Is it possible that's the case with the APC right now?
See, if me as I am, let me use myself as an instance, or you as an instance. If you have conscience and you have integrity, there is no pressure that will be brought on you that you will not withstand, no matter how.
Even from God, there
is no pressure that will be brought on you that you will not withstand, no matter how. Mr. President was in the opposition from 1999. Do you know that especially in 2003 when election was held and the PDP swept all the Southwest except Lagos, do you know the pressure that was brought on him to decamp, to defect to PDP, and he resisted it? He has integrity, he has conscience. And he has been in the opposition from 2017 to 2023 when he ran for the election. He never held any political position and he led the opposition. Do you